Hey guys, today's video is all about the #1 way to get bookkeeping clients using social media. So I don't know if I should have called this video 3 ways, but basically it's a formula that has 3 steps. Step #1 is speak to a specific audience. #2 is share valuable information. And #3 is make connections. So no matter what social media platform you're on, these are going to be the steps that I want you to follow. So in this video, I'm going to use YouTube as my example social media for the obvious reason that I know YouTube inside and out. So if you want to start a YouTube channel to get more bookkeeping clients, first of all, get really specific about who you're talking to. So maybe you want to help Etsy sellers. Then you're going to start making a list of topics that you think Etsy sellers would search for on YouTube. So here are some examples. So maybe they will be searching for how to make a budget for Etsy sellers, or how to sync QuickBooks Online and PayPal, because PayPal is often used for transactions for Etsy. Another idea would be QuickBooks hacks for Etsy sellers, or how to stay on top of bookkeeping for Etsy sellers. So you can see I'm kind of thinking of problems that these business owners might run into, and then I'm making a video on YouTube about how to solve that problem for them. Step #2 is learn the platform that you're using. So like I said, I'm going to give you all the info on YouTube for this video. And I just came out with a new class about how to get clients as a bookkeeper. And in the class, I go over other social media platforms. So I go over Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and then also job posting websites. So if you're wanting some help getting new bookkeeping clients, all the information for that class is going to be in the description box. There might be a waiting list or just a link to sign up depending on when you're watching this video. So for the YouTube algorithm, you want to post your videos regularly. I think it's reasonable to post about once a week. And then what's really great about YouTube is the content is evergreen, so people can watch my videos from multiple years ago, and I'm still able to make a little bit of money on those. So especially starting out, you definitely want to do keyword research. So there is a program called TubeBuddy for YouTube in particular, and I think you can use it for free for most of the features. So you can type in there what video ideas you have, and you can see how popular they are. It'll tell you both how many people are searching for it and how big the competition is. So you kind of want to get in the sweet spot where there's not that much competition, but there's a fair amount of search. And YouTube, as well as many of these other social media platforms, are somewhat of a long game. So it's going to take you a little bit of time to build an audience, build trust, have YouTube figure out who you are and what you're talking about. So if you're wanting to grow your audience on YouTube, then eventually you might want to get monetized. And in the next step, I'm going to go over how you can definitely get bookkeeping clients even if you don't have a giant audience. So to get monetized on YouTube, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 hours of watch time within the last year. So it usually does take a while to get there. And then even once you get monetized, I would not rely on AdSense as your main form of revenue. And if you don't know what AdSense is, YouTube runs ads before each video, and you as the creator get a small percentage of that ad money. So in many cases, it's going to take a year or 2 to get to that point, if you even are able to get there. And 2 other thoughts about the YouTube platform is it really does build a lot of trust with your audience because they see your face, they're talking to you. It's not just like a graphic on Instagram or something. So that is a plus for YouTube. And another YouTube tip is to follow viral content. So that can be your own viral content. So maybe you made that QuickBooks hacks video for Etsy sellers, and that's your best performing video and it did really well. So then I would do another video on the same topic, or kind of like a slight variation of that topic. So maybe a different QuickBooks tutorial or something like that. All right, so you're doing a great job with that #2, which is share valuable content. And then now we want to make connections with these people. And this is how you're going to get clients even if you don't have a huge YouTube audience. So your next step is going to be really connecting with these people that are watching your videos. And there's a few ways to do that. One way to get a more personal connection is with an email list. So you've probably joined multiple email lists. They're probably a little annoying to you. But as someone who's working on marketing and connecting with people, that is a more personal connection than just them passively watching your YouTube video. And also with just posting YouTube videos, you don't really have a list of people's information. And so really YouTube is the one that owns that contact information and they're able to contact people on your behalf. But if you create this email list, that puts the ball back in your court and you are able to communicate more directly with your audience. So a really simple way to do this is with a free download. So maybe there's some really valuable information that you know that your audience would love. So maybe it's like 10 things to deduct on your taxes for Etsy sellers. And then in your YouTube video, you mention, oh, I have this really great list I think is going to help you out a lot. click here and you can get it for free. You've probably heard me talk about my freebies. So I have a free checklist and a free masterclass. Check those out if you want to know more about starting your bookkeeping business. And then as you start to collect these email addresses from people that are genuinely interested in your content, then you can begin reaching out to these people. Maybe you send them an email a week later that says, how are you liking the checklist? Do you have any other questions about it? And then that will open the door to some more communication. I do have a video all about bookkeeper sales funnels. I'll link below because it goes into this stuff in a little bit more detail. But other ideas of how to connect with this audience is you can create a Facebook group, and then in there you can share valuable bookkeeper information, and people will get to know that you really know your stuff about bookkeeping, and they may reach out and want to hire you. Or you can do Q&A sessions. There's a lot of ways to kind of connect with your audience and share value. And the next step is to set up a one-on-one meeting with people who seem interested. So as you're chatting with people, you're going to kind of get a sense of who might be interested in hiring you as a bookkeeper, who would be a good fit from both your perspective and their perspective. And so for these people, I want you to set up like a 30-minute Zoom call. So in that 30-minute meeting, really that kind of turns into more of like an informational interview or maybe even a bookkeeping interview to see if they want to hire you as their bookkeeper. And then the last step, of course, if they decide they want to hire you, is the onboarding process. So in that marketing class I mentioned, I go over the onboarding class in pretty good detail. I talk all about interviewing. I talk about how to price your bookkeeping services and how to send a contract to your client. So check my description box for that. And then I also have a bunch of other free videos on my channel about onboarding. I think I have one that's like part 1 and part 2, like going through the whole process from start to finish. And I don't think I even mentioned yet, my name is Morgan. My website is FinePoints.biz. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions about marketing on social media for bookkeepers. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.